A guy what takes his time, I'll go for any time.
Oh my goodness, is that your grilled Pablano chili?
Goodness had nothing to do with it, dearie. All right, you guys, are you ready to cook something? Well, if you are, then come up and see me sometime. We are going to be making tostadas, but not just any tostada. We are going to make Poblano chili, Tomatillo, grilled. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? Are you ready to have some fun and cook something new and exciting? We are going to be making a Poblano chili, a grilled Poblano chili and Tomatillo tostada. Try and say that 10 times fast. I can barely get it out once. I'm going to leave all the ingredients in the description below. Just have fun with it and come back and see me sometime at my next cooking class. Okay, so here is what's going on. We are going to make a grilled Poblano, Tomatillo, corn, avocado. This recipe is just not named properly. It doesn't have a very sexy name.
A guy what takes his time, I'll go for any time. A hasty job really spoils the master's touch.
I've never worked with tomatillos before, and these need to be peeled, and all of these things are going to be grilled, so I'm going to just get right into it and let's see what happens.
Why should I deny that I would die to meet a guy what takes his time?
Okay, so here is the deal with these tomatillos. The way that you know a tomatillo is ready and ripe is that the outer skin is a little baggy. Also, what they said is there's a little bit of a sticky film underneath, so be prepared for that. And what you're going to do is you're just going to wash it and run it under water after you've peeled it. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to use the char broiler. I have a hard time saying that. To basically char these. And since we don't have an open flame, this is apartment living, baby, then we are now going to use the char broiler. And then don't put any oil down or anything like this. We are going to do a dry char because you don't want the char to be burnt oil. Let's go ahead and get this done. And I just also wanted to show how cool this peeled off. So this is the actual peel of the tomatillo. This is the inside, which has a sticky film, and this is the outside, which I thought was really cool. And now this also calls for a half an avocado, but I'm adding other things like onion, and I am also adding some leftover green pepper to this recipe. And I already have a half of an avocado plus really a cob. It's almost a full one, 3/4 of an avocado. This also has to be charred, okay? So I just want to show you a little technique if you haven't figured out how to do this yet, is I take my little butcher knife, and to get the pit out, I do this just gently, and then I slowly turn. And you see how that takes it out nicely. Now we have an avocado that we can just put in under the char broiler. One other thing that I want you to know about an avocado pit, if you are making any kind of avocado dip or anything like that, and you are preparing it ahead of time, put the pit in the center and cover it up and put it in the refrigerator. As long as that pit remains with the avocado, it will not turn brown. Okay, put your veggies in the char broiler. If you have corn on the cob, put that there too. I had just the kernels, and so I cooked them on a high heat on the stove and let them sit until they were nice and brown, and then tossed them. Okay, now it's time to cook the chicken, and I do a veggie chicken cubed called QORN, corn, and you can just use regular chicken as well. And so the seasonings I'm using is cumin, coriander, paprika, chili powder, garlic granules, black pepper. I can't remember. I think that's it. I don't use measurements, but I pretty much know it's about a teaspoon of most of those things, but a little bit more of the cumin. I will put the actual recipe and think it all through in the description. Of course, there was also some thyme in there. And make sure that the oil that you use for your pan is a high heat oil. So a canola oil is good, but please, if you use canola oil, make sure that you are using organic, because corn is one of the most GMO'd foods on the planet. So any canola oil that you use, make sure that it is organic or non-GMO. You can also use coconut oil, which is really tasty. Okay, so it's time to fry that tostada, get it to a high heat. And you can see that I'm peeling the Poblano chili. And if I probably left it in a little bit longer and let it cool a little bit more, it would have been easier to take that off. But I did use a little knife to kind of scrape down the seeds and also to help me get some of the peel off. It's best to get that peel off because it doesn't digest well. Now you guys, the tomatillo tastes so good, and you're seeing here that I'm just getting that center part out, and I started to peel off the toasted part, and then I realized no, that's okay, because the big peel I already got rid of, and this is the part that's actually going to add that smoky flavor. So I do want to have all of that together. And now what I'm doing is I'm just getting everything put together in a bowl and stirring it up. Now, once I have all of this mixed together, I'm going to kind of fork the avocado, break it up a bit, and pour that in, and then toss it all together. And this is going to be the mixture. So now I just want to give you an overall look at all the foods that I used, how beautiful all these whole foods are, and what a meal that you're creating out of all these beautiful whole foods. And you just used it in a regular old oven, and you created this amazing, beautiful dish with all these different parts coming together for one amazingly tasty dish. And just remember that the most important thing about creating food is to share it with someone you love, or many of those that you love. I also wanted to say to make sure that you never put anything on the plate that is not edible. So if you're going to use that little shell of the tomatillo, that you put that on the side, not where the food is actually going to be eaten. Bon appetit! Want to come up and have tostadas? Thanks for stopping by. Come back and see me sometime. Oh my goodness, how can I forget one of the most important things is to make sure that you top it with cilantro. It is so amazingly delicious. Enjoy.